Hello everyone, welcome to the Ginger Snaps era. We'll be discussing the NHL Playoffs for you guys in a very blunt way. I am your host, Steven Harrold, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my prediction for the 2024 Stanley Cup Playoffs, Round 1. 16 teams have entered the Stanley Cup Playoffs, and only 8 can advance to the second round. Who will be the 8 teams who advance? 4 in the West, 4 in the East. Who's winning each series in the first round? This is only my prediction. As you guys know, don't take it from the heart. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion, right? So without further ado, let me predict the first round of the 2024 Stanley Cup Playoffs. In the first series, we're going to be looking at the Western Conference, where we will see the Dallas Stars taking on... Oh, I don't even want to fucking say it.
The defending Stanley Cup champions. Booyah!
The Vegas Golden Knights. Well, come on in. Fucking, I guess you're gonna have to give your fucking prediction on this too, you fucking guy.
Wow. How I see it?
Oh my god.
Oh. I don't know which one looks better.
Wow, mine's got 2 cups. Go fuck yourself. Anywho, so the Dallas Stars and the Vegas Golden Knights are no strangers to one another. They fought each other in the conference finals last year. They even fought in the conference finals in 2020. And this is now, again, another series with the Dallas Stars taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. So, of course, you being a fucking Vegas fan, what do you think the outcome is going to be between these two teams? Who do you think is going to advance to the second round?
Well, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I think it's going to be a very, very, very tough series. Dallas has proven...
Each series these two have had was a tough series.
A tough series, and with Dallas winning the conference this season, they're just dominant.
They won the division.
Or the division, sorry. Division, my bad. But still, tough team. But I feel like Vegas, well, he's not going to like this, but I think Vegas is going to pull a Tampa Bay from 2020 into 2021 and do a back-to-back. And maybe we'll see how that goes. So I say Vegas in 5.
Okay, you can go now. You can... Yeah, keep dreaming there, pal. So I do agree with what he says when it comes to this series being a very tough series. These two teams have no ill will to one another. I mean, they have a history, right? But I don't agree with him on that fucking subject. I don't believe the Vegas Golden Knights are going to keep that aspirations of, back-to-back at all. So I'm actually predicting that the Dallas Stars will win this series in 6 games. Up next we have is a first-time matchup between the Colorado Avalanche taking on the Winnipeg Jets. Winnipeg was on fire this season. They just seem to be on pace with the Vancouver Canucks. And the Colorado Avalanche, just winning the 2022 Stanley Cup, they've kind of faltered. I mean, they have their injury players. They don't have Landeskog, right? He is skating, but they don't know when he's going to come back, if they even last that long. And sadly enough, I don't actually agree that the Colorado Avalanche will advance in the second round. I think they will bite the dust and lose in the first round. But it's going to be a very tough series, so I predict that the Winnipeg Jets will beat and eliminate the Colorado Avalanche in 7 games. Next up we have is the Vancouver Canucks versus the Nashville Predators. Nashville, it's nice to see you guys again. Might as well hang up a banner to the rafters to let you guys know that, yay, you made the playoffs again. Vancouver was on a fucking tear all damn year. I mean, they were very close to actually winning the President's Trophy. Them and a few other teams. But Nashville coming in, they kind of squeaked right in there. And, they proved that they belonged back in the playoffs again. But with Vancouver as their opponent in the first round, this is going to be another series that Nashville just can't overcome. So I do predict that the Vancouver Canucks are going to eliminate the Nashville Predators in 5 games. And next up, we have part 3 years in a row, of the LA Kings taking on the Edmonton Oilers. This is now the third time these two teams have fought in the first round. Yeah, I really hate this fucking playoff format. I mean, I love the 1 versus 8. I fucking love it. Anywho, McDavid and Draisaitl were not doing so well at the start of the season. I mean, the Oilers looked like they were the bottom feeders. Like no one predicted that they were going to have a good fucking season after their shitty start. But, when you win 16 straight games and then go on a tear, it's only inevitable you got to get in and make the playoffs. And LA, the pieces are kind of still there, but again, I just don't see the LA Kings winning this series. But it's going to be like last year. It's going to go to Game 7. But sadly, LA is just not going to survive. So I'm picking the Edmonton Oilers winning in Game 7. Now we move over to the Eastern Conference, where we will look at the Atlantic Division, where we finally get, for the third time in 4 years, the Battle of Florida. Florida Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, of course, these two are not strangers to one another. I mean, these two have fought in 2021 and 2022. We beat them both times. So, in essence, this is kind of like one of the series I'll be talking about pretty soon here. Florida, they have that oomph to get back to the finals like they did last year, to get to the finals. And as we all remember, for 4 straight years, a Florida-based team has made it to the Stanley Cup Finals. Tampa in 2020, 2021, and 2022, and then Florida in 2023. Now, again, I have respect for the Florida Panthers organization, the fan base, and the team. I mean, fucking great team, right? But if history is kind of kind with me, I do feel like that history is just going to repeat itself. So I do predict that the Florida Panthers are going to lose to the Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Tampa Bay Lightning are going straight to the second round. This time for sure in 7 games. Not like back in, 2022 when I said 7 games, and it was 4 games. So, yeah, Tampa in 7. We're going to hop over to the Metropolitan Division, where we have the New York Rangers taking on the Washington Capitals. The Rangers dominated the whole entire season. 55 wins. I mean, it's 10 less than Boston last year. Remember that, Boston? Yeah, I do. Anywho, the Rangers are on a tear. They are one of the teams that is heavily favored to win the Stanley Cup this year, going up against the Washington Capitals. Alex Ovechkin still fucking driving in those goals and making sure that his legacy is still fulfilled. He wants that other cup. The one was good in 2018, but 2018 is looking pretty far. I mean, it's been 6 years now. So Washington, they just squeaked in here. I mean, remember, guys, they beat Philly, who was also in contention for the last playoff spot this past month. And finally, Washington was able to secure that spot. But of course, they have a date with the Rangers. And if you look at the history between the Rangers and the Capitals, the Rangers, they kind of have the Capitals' number. So in that aspect, especially with Washington facing a heavy hitter, I do feel that the Washington Capitals are not going to be able to, go on to the second round. So I do predict that the New York Rangers are going to advance to the second round, winning this series in 6 games. Then, of course, we have the Carolina Hurricanes taking on the New York Islanders. Now, Carolina is a team that the NHL has already said is the odds-on favorite to win the Stanley Cup this year. They were also the odds-on favorite, or one of the odds-on favorite for the past 5 fucking years to win the Stanley Cup. But for some odd reason, that team just can't fucking, succeed. And of course, with the New York Islanders, yes, they're the team that everyone's kind of looking over. But if you remember 2020 and 2021, they were overlooked that time too. And they went on to the conference finals to face the Tampa Bay Lightning. And I see a little bit more of that here. So my prediction is that the New York Islanders are going to advance to the second round, winning this series in 7 games. It's going to be tight between these two. And the last series I'm going to be talking to you guys about is a series that is going to be happening for the 4th fucking time in well over 10 years. It is the series between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins. These two teams had a different paths actually last year, where the Boston Bruins winning 65 games, winning the President's Trophy, and getting embarrassed by the Florida Panthers in Game 7, getting them eliminated out of the fucking Stanley Cup Playoffs last year. And basically, hey, Tampa getting swept in the first round in 2019 doesn't look so fucking bad anymore. Thanks, Boston. And then, of course, the Toronto Maple Leafs, they advanced in the first to the second round, beating Tampa. Fuck my life. But anywho, both teams had different paths last year. But now, here they are again for the fourth time since 2013, facing each other in the first round. Now, I know Brett's just fucking having a heyday with this. I mean, PTSD, right? So, I'm just gonna go on a limb and just predict what this series is gonna be. I honestly feel like, because Boston has the home advantage, so guess where Game 7 is, Toronto fans? It's in fucking TD Garden. Where did you lose your Game 7s? In TD Garden. So, what my prediction's going to be? Boston advancing to the second round in Game 7. Sorry, Toronto fans, but history's going to repeat itself. And that is my predictions for the first round of the 2024 Stanley Cup Playoffs. What is your guys' predictions for the 2024 Stanley Cup Playoffs, especially in the first round? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you like this video, and also subscribe for more content. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you get notified about all the other videos coming out that are basically all about these Stanley Cup Playoffs, because now that the playoffs have started, I'm going to be covering each series as they end. So anyways, guys, that's it for me. This has been the Ginger Snaps here. My name is Steven Harrold. I will talk to you guys later. Enjoy the Stanley Cup Playoffs, and remember, go Bolts.